things I always talk about incentive trips and how awesome they are and all that kind of stuff, but seriously, they are a trip of a lifetime. I've been to 3 so far. Hawaii, Disney World, and where did we? Oh, the Dominican Republic. Where did we go? So that's the 3 that I've been on. Every year that I've been with Cincy, I have earned the incentive trip, and they are a trip of a lifetime. And I keep saying that, and I keep, look at that. Oh, that is old. Once you go, you get it. I mean, I can stand up here all day and say how awesome they are, and how amazing they are, and how much we drink, and how much fun we have. But once you go, you get it, and that's all I can say. And Andy went on her first trip with us this year.
And this is my
first
year.
went on her first. And you can't even, you can't do it justice. No. All expenses paid, first of all.
Look, that's my husband.
That's fine. All expenses paid. This was the 80s party.
80s night.
That was the best night ever. Cincy, parties, food, drink, I mean, just a great time. Now's the time you gotta work. So that next June, when they start, April, May, June, the way the incentive trip works this year, it's like no other, oh wait, I gotta go back. Okay, so in years past, it's always been one trip in June, and the incentive qualification starts August through January, and you earn it, everybody goes at the same time. Well, this year, it's totally changed. The incentive trip qualification is still the same time period, August 1 through January 31, but you get to pick one of 6 locations to go to. Charleston, or South Carolina, New York, Washington, D.C., British Columbia, Ohana, Hawaii, or Costa Rica. They start in April, and they go through June. There's about 2 trips a month through June. The reason they're doing that this year is, first of all, so you can go where you want. Second of all, we've grown so much, it's hard to find anywhere that would hold everybody. And third, that way Heidi and Orville can go to every single trip and spend one-on-one time. You will get to meet Orville and Heidi, get your picture made with them, and be with them. So that's why they've split it this year.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So, what do you got to do to earn the trip? Don't focus on the trip. Focus on all aspects of your business. Selling, recruiting, and team building, and you will earn the trip. It's that simple. This year's trip, in my opinion, is the most attainable trip we've ever had. Amen?
Amen.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and Jessica got Hawaii. I mean, like, she snuck up on me and grabbed Hawaii, and my mouth just dropped.
Hawaii was hard.
I mean,
Disney World was harder, I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
Jessica
Disney World
was
was
brand
hard.
new.
Disney World was really
And I
hard.
remember sitting there in the middle of that apartment complex community center, and y'all had just announced that, oh, sorry, Jessica just got Hawaii, my jaw dropped. I was like, are you flipping kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you flipping kidding me?
It
Yeah.
rocked. Okay,
These are
so
way
how
easier.
you earn your trip on a point system. 26,000 points are required for you to go, and I didn't write this down, but I think 32,600, I can't remember, 32 or 36,000 for you and a guest to go, and then 52,000, or is it 42?
I think it's 40 for your
40
guest.
for 2, 26 for 1.
And then 52 for you, a guest, and an exclusive activity on the trip.
Correct.
What does that mean? In the Dominican Republic, it was a spa day. I'm sure that
It'll be whatever is probably amazing in that city.
Exactly.
It's like a show.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
how are you going to earn
exactly.
these points? The first way you earn points is by your sales. It's a stair-step scale this year, so you cannot earn the trip on all sales alone. But you get PRV points, remember, no matter how you get your sales. Parties, fundraisers, booth, individual sales. Cool? Recruits. You get points for recruiting, kind of. You get points when your recruits become certified. So if you sign up 25 people, but they never do anything, that doesn't really help you. So it's mentoring is kind of how I like to think of it, points, because you get the points for them once they've reached their $1,000, they're certified. You get those points as long as they certify within the qualification period. So if you recruit one recruit in the month of August, and they get certified any time in the qualification period, you get 3,000 points for that recruit. The reason that they do that is, and they don't have to certify in the month that you recruit them in, is what if you recruit them on August 30th? You have until the there is no reason in the selling season that we're about to go into that anybody that's working should struggle to sell $1,000 from August to January. I mean, honestly, that's a few parties, okay? So you get points off that. You get points if you promote levels. The point breakdown is on the resources tab in your workstation. I encourage you to print it off, and I encourage you to hang it up where you can see it every day. Mine's hanging right above my desk. I know that, well, I can't promote any further, so this one doesn't count. But the next one, promotion for your front lines. This is one of the mentoring. Okay, mentoring promotions. So, Jessica Eves and Andy Grandy, they're my frontline directors. When Jessica promotes to star director in November, I get, how many points? 5,000?
8,000 points.
8,000? I thought that was for superstar.
No, I thought it was for Star.
I don't remember.
I'm hoping I promote to Star.
There you
I
go.
got to mark down.
Do you have an 8?
Yeah.
And then when Andy Grandy promotes to superstar director, because she's my frontline, I'll get between 8 and 10,000 points. So that's a point bonus for you mentoring your frontline. That's not everybody on your team. It's just your personal recruits or those recruits that have rolled up to you. A question that I've been getting a lot is if you have a larger team and some of those recruits have rolled up to you. For instance, Jaylyn has rolled up. I didn't recruit Jaylyn, but the person that did isn't really doing any Cincy anymore. So she's rolled up to me. So when she promotes to director this fall, I'll get the points. Did you like the way I wrote that in?
Yeah.
I'll get the points for her promoting to director. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's about selling, it's about sponsoring, and it's about mentoring and training your team. All of those have to work together in order for you to earn the trip. And as I said, you cannot earn it on sales alone. Okay, I gave you this. I didn't come up with this. This was from another superstar director, and I'm going to go through it kind of quickly because you can read. But basically, there's all different ways to earn the trip. A combination of sales, a combination if you really just want to focus on sales and not so much recruiting. Don't necessarily agree with that way, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. Number 3, I think is probably the best way to build a successful business because you're going to do both. And really, you're focusing on earning the trip, but you're also building a much more successful business that way if you focus on sales and sponsoring, okay? So just to go through like the first formula, $2,000 a month and 1 recruit. So you sell $2,001, you get 4,000 points per month. That's times 6 months in the qualification period equals 24,000 points. You recruit 1 person each month times 6. 3,000 times 6, 18,000. You've earned 42,000 points. That's for you and a guest. And you've got a 2,000 point cushion in there, just in case one of those months you come a little short of $2,001 per month. I really encourage you to watch the workstation, watch your numbers. You have a sponsor or director that's there to help you, but essentially it is your job to make sure that your numbers are where they need to be every month. I would not end the month. I think the points start at $500, 500 PRV. If you end the month at $475 and give up your points, you can't get them back. Does that make sense to what I'm saying? So like if you don't earn points for sales in August and you ended up at $450, August 28th, 29th, and 30th, you need to be on the phone to sell $50 more to get your points for August, because in this trip you can't make up points. If that makes, you can't go back and get points for August. Once it's done, it's done.
You have to qualify it every month, period.
Same thing when you're selling $2,000, why are you not going to buy a light bulb so you can get
Exactly. Go right. Yeah, make sure. But whose job is it to make sure that happens? Yours, nobody else's. And then the other formulas that we're not going to go all the way through because, like I say, you guys are smart. You can read both. I really like this formula right here that you recruit and sell, because that's really the name of the game anyway, and that is going to get you build a business long-term much further than the trip. Yes?
If you earn the trip for yourself and you buy in,
That is not guaranteed. In years past, you have been able to buy in a guest, But it just depends on how many people earn it and if they have room, because obviously they're going to get everybody that earns a trip first. And then the way that you get to pick where you want to go this year, qualification ends January 31st. So probably sometime in February, early March, they'll start having people pick their trip. They're going to start at the top and work down. So the very top point earner is going to pick first, and then it'll just trickle down from there. So the ones that have earned just for themselves will probably pick last. There's no guarantee that Costa Rica is going to be left at the very end. So earn as many points as you can.
And is there a minimum for each month? I know it's got scenarios, but.
No, there's
They're
no,
like you have to sell 500 minimum in August. It's just along the whole.
along the whole thing, and come January 31st at midnight, if you have 27,000 points, you'll go. Whether you get 500 points in August and 12,000 points in December, it doesn't matter, as long as at the end you have the total.
And I would just say, because, when I've earned the trip before, aim high. I know you've heard that before. But try to sell, and recruit and train and motivate at the beginning, because you don't know what's going to happen in the months later down. You could be planning and say, okay, so if I get 4,000 points in November, what if that doesn't work out? So then you're like, and you kind of feel discouraged. So go big or go home at the beginning, and anything that's left over is gravy.
Absolutely. Watch your status as you're going along. Know those points. Have a plan of what you're going to do and how you're going to get there. Don't wait till December 15th to figure out how you're going to go on the incentive trip, because you're not going to go.
And I want to add too is if you guys have downlines, if you get points for your downline actually going on the trip.
Yes.
So if you're growing and grooming your downline,
You're a director and above.
is that it?
So promote to director.
So go ahead and do that.
So promote to director, and then you'll get points off your front line. Double check that, but I'm almost
Okay,
positive.
Directors and above, frontline consultants who earn trips.
Yeah.
So get to director this month. But you
You get points for promoting.
no
You
pressure.
get points for free.
Yeah.
You can still get points off your downline, whether you're recognized or something.
You don't
Well,
get
you get them because they're promoting, yeah.
And for those of you that weren't at convention,